Oh, here we go. Hey, everybody, welcome to the only show on YouTube you can ask a medical doctor and champion bodybuilder questions about PEDs, sexual health, health and longevity, nutrition, training, all that good stuff. Ask Dr. Testosterone, starring this man, Dr. George Touliatos, brought to you by his book, The Bible of Bodybuilding 2, over 700 pages full of everything you need to know about those subjects and much more. Available on Amazon.com. You can pick up my book, Real Bodybuilding, when you're on there. And now, all the way from Athens, Greece, which late at night, please welcome Dr. George and Touliatos. Hey, George, how you doing?
I'm fine, Ron.
Yeah, it's late. It's past 9. It's 9 o'clock over there, guys, just to let you know. And he's got a new baby and everything. So, man, gonna get right into it. First question. I'm gonna make the question of the week because a lot of guys have had issues with premature ejaculation at one point in their lives, especially when you're a younger guy. That's a very, very common situation. We had a woman write in about her boyfriend. She says, my boyfriend has premature ejaculation within a minute. He has had testosterone tests and they show fine. He has good libido, but the sex ends immediately. Is there any medicine he can take for this? What do you do?
I think the problem here is with is prolactin. So to avoid premature ejaculation, we need to raise prolactin. That's why some psychiatrists find this as over anxiety, so they prescribe SSRIs, but the point is SSRIs increase prolactin and they resolve the problem.
Yeah, so I saw that. I looked into it. So, you'd think of these are, we call them antidepressants. That's not really the accurate name for these drugs, I'm sure, but SSRIs include Celexa, Lexapro, Prozac, Paxil, Pexeva, Zoloft.
Serotonin, yes.
But they have some bad side effects. I saw.
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do.
Yeah, every medication does, but
they castrate men, yeah.
But this is weird because one of them said one of the side effects you can experience is sexual problems, such as reduced sexual desire.
Yeah, in the long run, but premature ejaculation is resolved by elevating prolactin. This is a classic side effect of the SSRIs.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's one thing. Other things guys have tried, there's like numbing creams to reduce the sensation. Some guys use a condom that reduces sensation.
Lidocaine, yes.
Yeah. But she did specifically ask for medication and SSRIs. That's the way to go. This is a longer question. It's a gentleman writing in about his elderly father-in-law. It says, my father-in-law is 81 years old. He's currently in good health and he even goes jogging 3 to 4 times a week for 15 minutes each session. 6 months ago, he had surgery to fix an abdominal hernia and subsequently a second surgery to his prostate, a transurethral resection. He lost a lot of weight. Following the surgeries, he looked and felt very frail. His diet is generally very healthy. However, I was concerned he wasn't getting sufficient protein-rich foods, so I bought him a kilogram of whey protein powder, convinced him to supplement his diet with 30 to 40 kilograms per day. Last week, he phoned to ask me if he could get some more. He said a couple weeks after he started adding them to his diet, he began to feel great. No more muscle aches. So that got me thinking, would it be okay health-wise if I would suggest TRT for him to try? I'm guessing a small dose of 80 milligrams of testosterone once per week could and would make him feel 30 years younger. Would this be a real thing to try or dangerous?
I have no idea. We need to check out the levels first. So don't speculate what the protocol is unless you see if there's any hypogonadism over here.
I mean, what are your oldest patients that you've dealt with that are on TRT?
70. Yeah.
I mean, would there be any risk for a guy who's much older, like 81? That's pretty old. Would there be a risk associated with TRT?
I don't know if there's any blood pressure issues, but usually testosterone lowers blood pressure through vasodilation, unless there's a high dose that increases the aldosterone release. But usually men die because of low testosterone. I mean, they die with low testosterone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is a silly question, but do you think most men would live longer if they were on TRT?
They're not gonna develop Alzheimer, cardiovascular disease, obesity, diabetes.
Yeah. Do you see a time in the near future when TRT might become not mandatory, but much more common with older men?
Yeah, there was very hoping yesterday. So the Society of Endocrinology engaged what I've been telling, that we're gonna treat diabetes with testosterone. And it was a redemption for me yesterday. And I spoke in public with one of the endocrinologists, and he told me, thank you for sharing your knowledge. And And this was it was justification for me because I've been telling that we can stop prediabetes and diabetes, and can we reverse diabetes type 2 with testosterone instead of using expensive drugs of the big pharma, you know? And this is something well known in the States, unlike here, the doctors, let's say, they haven't discovered yet the fire.
Yeah.
They're living in dark ages, and they need to see outside the box and understand that testosterone builds muscle and testosterone oxidizes fat, and this is two fundamental mechanisms how you burn the glucose and reverse the diabetes.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about conspiracy theories, pharmaceutical companies would lose a lot of money,
Because
billions.
you knock down SSRIs, 5-phosphatidylserase inhibitors, Ozempic, EPO, and it's not a cool thing for them.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't like to buy into conspiracy theories, but that really makes sense to me because yeah, if guys were just on TRT, they would avoid a lot of other health problems that they're
Listen,
going to have.
healthy men don't bring money to the big pharma. Okay.
Healthy people. Yeah. Okay, our final question. I'm 28 years old. I've been lifting weights for 5 years. I want to naturally increase my testosterone levels. My plan is twofold: engage in heavy weightlifting, focusing on squats and deadlifts 4 times a week, and taking supplements as follows: 10,000 IU of vitamin D3 in the morning, 10 milligram of boron, 1 gram of maca, 1 gram of fenugreek, and 6 grams of arginine before training, 30 milligrams of zinc, and 500 milligrams of ashwagandha before sleep for 30 days. What do you think? Is this a good plan? And afterwards, would I have any problems?
No, I don't think you're going to have problems. You can add also some rhodiola in order to suppress cortisol and phosphatidylserine, plus some D-aspartic acid pre-workout. So this is a perfect stack to increase natural testosterone. And mind you, you need to sleep from 11 to 7.
Yeah.
Avoid alcohol, overtraining, and of course, weed, and stay out of stress.
Yeah, I've been free of cannabis now for almost 3 months. It was something I used recreationally. It's legal here where I live, and I feel so much more mental clarity. My vocabulary came back, my short-term memory came back, and I sleep better. So, you talk about smoking and cannabis, and I never really listened to the cannabis part, but you were right. Everyone was right. So good stuff. How's your sleep lately, doctor?
Why are you asking this? Because of the baby?
That's yeah, you have a newborn baby because yeah, I remember
It's
I
rough
had two.
sometimes, indeed. It's rough sometimes, and I missed the time when I was single, when I would go sleep. But this is another stage of my
Yeah.
life. Know that we have to accept, and as everybody grows, raises up a child, we have to go through this pathway.
Yeah, I mean, you had 50 years to sleep, right? Yeah. My daughter turns 30. She's 30 years old now.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, happy birthday to your daughter. I had the chance of meeting her.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, in the last Olympia.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Olympia. Yeah. Now I feel old. 30-year-old kid. You can't think you're young if you have a
We're
30-year-old.
blessed though to have at my age such a old, I mean, an adult, 30-year-old, because there's a small gap and you can go out like friends, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We go out to rest. People think like she's my wife's sister
And I
sometimes.
think you can have a grandchild soon.
Her
Perhaps
husband wants one. She doesn't want to have kids, but
in the next 5 years, perhaps.
she better hurry up. Yeah, you're not getting a younger girl. Anyway, that's it for this week. We didn't have too many questions, so appreciate you taking the time, doctor. And guys, please subscribe, like, and share these videos. Hit your notification bell so you know when we're coming out with new ones. Of course, get Dr. T's book, Bible of Bodybuilding 2 on Amazon.com. And any comments at all, any questions for the next show, please leave them below in the comments. And that's it. Thank you so much, doctor. Appreciate you taking the time. And we're going to sign out. That's this week's episode of Ask Dr. T, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
I think they're done.